Alright, so we have our Lurker here. This is my custom monster that I made a while back and plagued my players with. Alright, so we have our Lurker here, which is my custom monster, a Demon Fiend with 12 AC, medium, and let's see here, 14 D8 hit dice, Constitution score of 12, with a whole bunch of skills, and that's about it. There's really nothing else going on for their monster. They don't have any skills or monster traits. But it does have a couple actions here with some riders, which were fun. So we have, let's see here, a +4 to hit, nothing too special. And let's see, the multi-attack. The Lurker makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws. The bite has a +4 to hit and does 5 points of piercing damage, which, yeah, so it should be 5.5. Piercing damage there, as well as the target must make a strength saving throw or take 7 necrotic damage. So this is in consideration of the fact that you're trying to fend off the bite from the Lurker, because that's what they're doing. They're going in to do some damage and then regain hit points off of however much damage the person takes. So the person would take 7.5 necrotic damage, or half as much on a successful save, and the Lurker regains hit points equal to the necrotic damage dealt to the target. So we're getting some regen from our Lurker here. And the regen will be 7 points every time they successfully bite, for an effective 21 points of hit points gained over those 3 rounds of combat. On top of that, I need to add in the damage here. So we had 5.5 plus 7.5 for a total of 13. And then we also have the claws. We'll be dealing, let's see here, 5.5 slashing damage. And then the target must succeed on a Constitution save or be diseased for 1d4 days. The target then suffers 1 level exhaustion until the disease is cured by magical means or completing a long rest. On a successful save, the target is immune to the Lurker's disease for 24 hours. So once you're hit with the claws, you have anywhere between 1 to 4 days for this disease to take course in the target's body, and then they become exhausted for that game day. So that was the rider on this attack. So beyond that, this is what we have here. We have 13 points of damage from the bite, which was the deadlier version, plus we have 5 damage from the claws, which also lays in a riding disease, for a total of 18.5 points of damage for the multi-attack. And then the multi-attack is simply just this times 3 for the 3 rounds of combat. And sure enough, we have a CR2 even rated across the board. So here's the thing. I would probably end up switching this to more likely an OCR1 and then, a DCR1 and an OCR3, making this a little more deadly and a little easier to kill. It's got 77 hit points, so in theory, this monster is going to be surviving a little bit. And on top of that, with the extra hit points, we're looking at almost an effective 100 points of hit points because of the regen from the bite that it gets every time it deals damage. So if I were to come back, I would, like I said, I would switch this a little bit and turn this into a striker, because at the moment, this is more of a versatile monster and able to take more damage and survive longer. That's not the intention I had for this monster. And now that I know more, about 2 years ago when I created it, I was thinking, oh, all monsters should be even rated. If I were to fix this, let's get this down into a DCR1. Let's just drop the hit points a bit and say, let's go with 10 D12. Excuse me, we have a DCR1 here. Now I need to add more damage. And I would probably make the claws more threatening. So I would probably make this 3 attacks. 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. So let's see what happens if I add in an extra claw attack on the OCR here. And we have that. Perfect. This is what I would have more in mind for this monster. We would switch this from 14 D8 to 10 D8 hit points and give it an extra multi-attack of 3 multi-attacks, 1 bite, 2 claws. We end up with an OCR3, a DCR1, and a CR2 Lurker that is regenerating hit points off the bite and also dealing out diseases with its horrible, nasty little claws.